Okay, with all the confusion that appears to be going on with how to create events on Google, I've discovered that there's various ways of creating an event or a hangout on air or scheduled hangout on air, etc., etc. But me being a coder, I like to do things belt and braces the old-fashioned way. So I'm going to show you two methods, very similar. One of them guided, and one of them you just do yourself if you know what you need to edit, etc. Just going to bring up a screen here for creating an event. Okay, so this is a screen I would hope most people are familiar with if they're wanting to create events, and there's a link there at the top of the screen, plus.google.com/events, and all you really need to do is click create event, which we're going to do now. This isn't a guided method, but it will let you create an event quite easily. There is another link though that's a lot easier for people to use, I think, because it gives you little reminders on which things to click and what to do. And I'm just going to update the text overlay at the top now with that link. There you go. I'm going to paste that into the page now. And you'll see it's the same page, but it actually comes up with tooltips. So I want to create a new event, okay. The next thing I want to do is customize the invitation. So I'm going to customize the theme for the top of the page. So I'm going to change that and upload. Now one thing you can do is just drag an image into this box from Windows Explorer, or upload an image, which I'm going to do. And you'll see there it's uploading the image for me. Okay, the next thing I need to do is give it a title. So I need to give it a title that's snappy, that draws attention. So I'm just going to give that a very simple title, and I need to set the date and time, of course. So I'm going to set this one for a few months in advance. I'll leave the time as it is. I don't bother generally adding an end time because the events that I hold generally run for either 30 or 60 minutes. Now, one of the other things that we need to look at is the details. So you'll see here that we've got a space for details, and this will accept formatting. So you'll notice that if I put an asterisk at the beginning and an asterisk at the end, it will actually place this text in bold on the screen once it's saved. So I'm just going to put that in. Other things I might put in, for example, a hashtag for the event, and then I need to invite people. This is quite important. The first group that you want to invite are the public. So I'm going to invite the public. Now, in effect, that's the event created. However, there's quite a few other things that I need to do. So I'm going to click here, just skip through this. I'll ask for a date, time, location, etc., which we've completed, who we're going to invite, and then send the invitations. Now, as far as Google's concerned, or Google Plus is concerned, we've actually created this event, but you'll notice up here there's event options, and I'm going to go to advanced. I'm not going to select Hangouts because that makes it a Hangout event, which is a private Hangout. I'm not going to select make this an on-air event because by doing that I actually limit the event so it can only ever be a Hangout on air. However, what I want to do is create an event and then make a decision later whether I want to make it a Hangout on air or deliver through YouTube Live, for example. And you'll see here that there are show more options. So here I can put my website address in. I think I spelled that right. Yep. And the YouTube URL, I'm just going to put in a URL for one of our videos there. And that's it. That in effect is the event created. Now I can invite people. So I'm going to invite public. There's one more thing I need to do first, and I'll show you once the event has been created. There we go. So that's the event created. One of the things I like about this style of page is you can customize the header, you can customize the video intro, and the layout is actually very similar to a landing page layout. So you'll have your call to action here, and you can put your own information here under details, and people can comment against the event. The first thing I need to do now is share this event publicly, and I'll explain why. I'm going to share that. Now I'm going to go to my profile, and you'll see the event there. And I need the post. There's a very good reason why I need the post, and I'm going to show you in a moment. The very first public share of that event allows me to track any comments on the event itself. I'm putting a test comment for the comment tracker. Okay, so you'll see here that we've placed a comment against the comment. We've placed a comment against the event, and we're just going to go back to comment tracker now, and we'll have a look at that. The comment tracker's there, and we're going to place a link to the first public share of the event. And you'll see when that catches up, nothing's come through, but if I check for shares, that comment that we placed on the event will come through there. Okay, so now we want to check for hashtags, and I think the hashtag for the event was test event, so let's use that. Test comment for test event. I'm not going to let Google highlight that. Let's see what happens. It should track it. Yeah, it automatically converts that to a hashtag. So we're going to see if we can bring that comment through to the comment tracker. Switch back. Test event. And there we go. Bingo. Test comment for test event, and it's picked it up straight away, literally within 5 seconds of the comment going in there. And there we go. That's basically how we create an event for hosted Hangouts. And obviously there's much more to it than that, but at a very basic level, that's the belt and braces method for creating an event. And with this method, you will be able to create a Hangout on air, convert it to a private Hangout, or even YouTube Live. You have complete control over how the event is presented to the audience. One of the great things I find about creating events this way is that it gives the event creator, the user, far more control over the layout of the user page, the user interface, and more importantly, it gives you complete control over the delivery medium. You can choose literally minutes before the event goes live whether it will be a private hangout, a public hangout on air, whether it will be a hangout, a scheduled hangout on air, or whether indeed it'll be a YouTube live event. You have complete control, and that for me makes life so much easier creating events. There are a few more steps involved in creating an event this way, but with the tutorial link, which is at the top of the screen, the tooltip link, it should remind you of the things that you need to do. The only thing that isn't in the tooltips is the options when you click advanced and what you can do there, but hopefully this video has helped. Thanks.